But we're live right now. I'll be right back. Miller, stay there.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
All right.
Bang, bang. Do you see the chain game that's coming out? That a lot of people are playing together, chain together.
No.
Dude, I'll have to send you a clip from Ninja, but you can play up to 4 people and you're all chained together. And it's kind of like that always up game. It looks super cool.
Interesting. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, Dune Awakening, I thought looked fucking great. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of uproar that's happening with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you. Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I've read the Dune book, but I haven't seen either movie yet. But
really,
yeah, I actually just started watching. I just started watching the first movie like last night, and hold on one second. Jesus Christ.
what up, Marco and Ken?
Yo. What up? What up? What up? What the fuck is up, Kyle? Nobody remembers that Vine but me. But you know what? It's alright.
Birthday dog. June
One
is the
day.
best birth month. June is the best birth month. Birth month there, Cole.
Alright. It's Tiggy's birthday.
The big 3-0. I'm officially old, gents.
Kid's old as hell.
Old as hell.
Still, still got that youthful charm,
I got something.
Still got something. You still got something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you got it. All right, let me make my lights green for the 2024 NBA champion Boston Celtics. All right. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, it's Tiggy's birthday! And we are going to be talking about Tiggy, how his year has been. We're going to be talking about Dune Awakening and the Dune Awakening Direct that just happened. We're going to be talking about a little NBA 2K League smack talk. A couple clips that went viral. A lot of people got different opinions on it. Surprise, surprise. All that and more on a brand new, just absolutely phenomenal, extremely... I got way too much caffeine in my system right now. My chest is starting to hurt. Episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Let's go. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy Papa Dom, and happy birthday, Tiggy. HBD. Congrats on being alive for another year.
Thank you.
Another year, just of milestones. Another year of white monsters out of 64-ounce mugs. How you feeling? How you doing? How's the birthday going so far?
I'm feeling great. So I'm a big component of you should do whatever you want on your birthday. And my supervisor gave me the day off, and it's like We got up, me and one of my roommates who works remote, i.e. doesn't work, just joined me and we played 18 holes. Came back a little late, had some great food, great drinks, great time out there in the sun. My back hurts. My back hurts. My back hurts. My back hurts. Little Mr. Deeds there. The only thing that could have been better right now probably is if I would have somehow caught a matinee movie by myself before this.
Ooh, yeah.
Love going to the movies by myself. And then, yeah, we get to chat video games right here. I got a softball game after. I mean, it's just filled with like some great people that I love. And
Yeah.
I just kind of want to do that. I don't like when it's like your birthday and you get dragged around to something you don't want to
Yes.
do, you know?
Yes. I
Just
agree.
do what you want to do. So
I agree.
it's been really awesome. I'm super excited to still be here, still can make some rock and sock'em incredible memories with some people I love. So I'm feeling very grateful, very happy, and I'm excited to chat with, the new world champ here in the building.
Listen, I mean, it's been and I'm glad that your day has been good. I'm glad that the itinerary hasn't been too stressful. It's been a crazy week for me as well. Having won the 2024 NBA championship, being an NBA champion is hard work. There's a lot going on. I got a lot of questions to answer, a lot of people asking me how I feel about the championship, etc. And it's a lot going on. It's a lot of pressure on me, but I like to rise to the occasion. Myself and my brother-in-law were bringing my my 9-year-old nephew to his first championship parade. It'll be like my 20th in my short years on this earth. But really looking forward to that. I did the adult thing, and I took the day off of work instead of just saying that I was gonna work from home and not go. So it's a year of personal growth for me. But I'm doing well. I'm doing good. We got a lot of ground to cover. Let's do a little weekend recap real quick.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I got fucking eaten alive. I got eaten alive by mosquitoes this weekend. It was Father's Day weekend. It was a great time. And I'm like you, Tiggy. I if it's a day that's supposed to revolve around me, I don't want to like be carted around places. And my wife was like, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, do you want to make all these plans? Like, what do you want to do?" Blah blah blah. I was like, honestly, like, no. I just kind of want to like just go with the flow today. Like, spend some time with you, spend some time with the baby, and like I could have went out and golfed, but it was also just like wicked humid, and it's been like not great golf weather. Bob's mad at me that I didn't golf with him yesterday, but it was 100 degrees out, and I did not want to do that. But anyway, yeah. So we just hung around. We had a slow morning. I went for a run. I did like a quick little 5K at like 8:30 in the morning before it got too hot. It was like 80 degrees out, which was like a nice little breezy 80 degrees. And then like once the clouds dissipated and it started to get up in the 90s, I was like, thank God, I'm like turning around to get home. So I got in just before it was like too crazy. We went to a great brewery nearby. And had some Game of Thrones themed beers, which they had on tap, which are phenomenal.
That's cool.
Yeah, had a nice little steak dinner, went to one of my favorite places, had a couple steaks, and then got home, watched House of the Dragon, and went to sleep. So pretty complete day. Been playing a lot of Destiny 2. Got hit powerful cap for Destiny 2.
Damn.
So we're at 1990.
Jesus. You're grinding.
I didn't think I was really grinding that hard, but my dentist tells me I grind even when I sleep. So but yeah, no, but I mean those 10 levels to get from the powerful cap to like the pinnacle cap is like it takes forever. So, but yeah, that was me. What about you? Did you do any like pre-birthday shenanigans? Like what were you up to this weekend, Tiggy?
So yeah, I mean, I just golfed a little bit, which has kind of been the norm. Haven't really gamed that much, surprisingly. I played minimal League of Legends. Destiny, I kind of hop on and do a mission and get off. I'm really trying to take it slow because Destiny's a game. If you go, you're going to get burnt out because eventually you're going to kind of run like you're at the power cap right now. So it's like you could grind for the pinnacle, probably try the raid. Like, I mean, that's like, but once you probably get to like the raid power and you do it a couple times, like, all right, what do we do now? But exciting things that they might change Gambit, so that's going to be cool coming down the line for the first time in 5 years.
Yep.
So that'll be nice. I just golfed. I'm trying to think what we really did. This was kind of the first weekend where all my roommates were in the house together for a weekend.
Wow.
We've been traveling a lot, so we got a brand new, like, big, huge lounging couch. My buddy, my roommate Chase and I, who have watched Hot D season 1, watched season 2, episode 1. It was awesome. And like watching those shows with someone else who like is on the edge of the seat the whole time, like something you can both nerd out to, is sick. You know, that's why movie theaters is such a big hit, you know, because it's just kind of a collective experience to be there together.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I've just done that, golfed a little bit. It's actually my last week at my current office as well. I'm moving back to the squadron, and I'm going to drive, go back to being, you know, like a simulated pilot, which is kind of cool. So it's something more I'm going to enjoy work doing than sending, you know, I don't know, 100 emails a day to people that aren't even going to respond to them anyway. So that's kind of what I do, which that's how I serve. But other than that, yes, it's been good. Happy Father's Day to you. I forgot. I don't think I told you. So happy Father's Day to you. Congrats on the sex. It's big, big. And yeah, I think that's it. I haven't been running as much. You've been pushing me to run a little more. So
vice versa.
You know,
dude, I'll tell you, I took a couple of, and thank you. You know, but like a year and a month, first and last time I had sex. So, you know, 1 for 1.
big.
You know, that's 1.000. So, you know what I mean? R.I.P. Willie Mays. So,
True.
you know, so, yeah, no, I saw you, you know, you were getting after it. You did what was it, you know, half marathon or 10, you know, and I was like, all right, Tiggy's doing this shit in like 105-degree weather. Like, I gotta buck up and get out there. I gotta just stop letting myself succumb to the excuses. And I deserve the punishment. You know, I was out there in like fucking 90-degree weather. I was just sucking wind like crazy. You know, my mile times were way up, and I was just I was like really discouraged. But then I felt, you know, once the recovery started kicking in and like, you know, the blood was still flowing, like I felt good. I was like, all right, I'm glad I did that. And the second time I did it, it still sucked. I still really hated myself. But the third time actually felt really good. And I was like, all right, I shaved like 15 seconds off my total time. I felt really good about that. And then yesterday I went again. Felt great. This week is going to be tough. My wife's traveling for work, so it's just me and the baby. So it'll be tough to like. I'll have to go to I got to go to the office 3 days this week, so I can like make sure he's at the sitters, and then I get time to like exercise, and like that's like my protected time to like go to the gym or whatever. So, and if it's like if we're still in the middle of a heat wave, then I guess I'll just use the treadmill. I'll just go outside. It's whatever. But
do you think treadmill running isn't real running?
I mean, it's real running. It's definitely real running. You're doing it. Like, you're doing the motions. If anything, it's probably more, like, mechanically sound than... Because you, like, you just have to stay on pace. Like, you can't, like...
Yeah.
You can't, like, cheat any of your footsteps. Like, you have to be more consistent. And I think I probably run a little bit faster on a treadmill. Because I have to. Because I'm not going to, like, just keep hitting the button up and down. But I do prefer... I really don't love running on a treadmill. I get really bored, and I can't like zone out as much as I can when I'm you know running like outside. I
agree. Yep.
What are your thoughts on it?
Completely agree. You know, you can get better times on the treadmill, and there's the guy who wins all the marathons and stuff. He has beaten like the world record in like under 2-hour pace on a big treadmill and simulation that they've ran for him and stuff, but they don't consider that the record because he ran it on a simulation only built for him. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't on real turf or real asphalt or whatever. So I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's definitely running, but like you said, it takes a little bit of drive and will from you because you have to run that fast because you're on the machine.
Yeah. So. I mean, I think it helps me to just like push myself that much further and be like, all right, let me put it like one notch there just to get an even 6 or whatever that I'm running, which I think is like a 10-minute mile, which is faster than I've been running outside. It was like a 10:40, which is again, I'm working my way back up. I want to get back below double digits consistently, and then I'll be happy. Yeah. I don't really feel the need to run any faster than that. But yeah, I mean, And the thing is like I was using the treadmill so much through the winter so that I could actually like run consistently for a whole year. And then it was when in the summertime when I started to fall off. So I suppose one way or the other, excuses are going to get to you one way or the other. But there's no denying that I do feel better having done it consistently. I'm going to the Celtics parade tomorrow morning, so I definitely won't be getting a run in. But I'll go Saturday morning, and hopefully it's like not either pouring rain or 300 degrees out because. Oh, good.
Somewhere in the middle.
65,
Somewhere in the middle.
It's going to be like 65 to 70-ish degrees, and it's going to rain like early morning before I'm even going to be out there. So then it'll be nice and cool out. Perfect day to do it. Pound the pavement a little bit. But
Beautiful.
all right, let's talk about speaking of things heating up.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of things heating up, little controversy. We had some viral clips. From the NBA 2K League. Do you watch the 2K League at all? Have you paid attention to it?
So
at all?
I have not. I know it came out a couple years ago. They had a legit draft like the NBA does and stuff. It was really cool. I think they had it in New York as well. Like they're like franchise league. The Mavs gaming had a TIGG. Mark Cuban was all about and stuff. So I haven't heard anything since that like inaugural league. So I'm interested to hear the update.
Yeah. So there are. I don't know the full structure of the league. But there was a little bit of controversy. There was a clip that went viral for the NBA 2K League, and one of the players on the Celtics, I believe they are called Celtics Crossover Gaming, I think is the full name of the org. One of the players on the Celtics team, his name is Colt, was doing some trash talk or responding to some trash talk from the opposite team. I believe they were playing the Miami Heat club. They did end up losing this series. I think they took a game off of them or something like that. I think it might be best of 3. I don't know the full kind of lay of the land, but I'm going to let you watch the clip. There's actually 2 clips. There's 2 really good ones. The first one is the one that went viral. And he's really going off. So we're going to watch this clip. This is NBA 2K League. This is Colt from Celtics, from the Celtics gaming team. I gotta find what's the real. It's Celtics CLTX 2K League.
I got Celtics Crossover Gaming.
CLTX Gaming. It's just CLTX Gaming. So Celtics Gaming or Celtics Crossover. I don't know if their branding is a little all over the place. It's a little odd. They have like Celtics Crossover Gaming is is the official one. So Celtics Crossover Gaming is the name of it. Let me take a look and see. But yeah, like they've got. I wanted to find like the teams. Yeah, here we go. So they have the Sixers, Blazers, Bucks, Tigers, who are owned by Genji, which is interesting.
Love that.
Ducks Infinitos. I don't know who owns them. The Hawks, Heat, Kings, Jazz, Hornets, Grizzlies, Cavs, and Sixers and Celtics. If I didn't already say that, and. Ducks Infinitos is the Raptors. It's the
okay,
or maybe not.
But there's Raptors Uprising. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's. Oh, is it a different? Oh shit! I'm sorry. The list keeps going. I didn't scroll. There's a lot. Okay, so it's basically It's basically every NBA team. There's like 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21 teams. So
okay.
Not the whole league, but most of them. Anyway. And most of them are like Nets gaming, Magic gaming, Lakers gaming, but there's a couple of other teams that I don't recognize, so maybe they have some other clubs in there too.
Yeah.
In any case, viral NBA 2K League Celtics clip. I'm gonna share my screen here, so that you can see it, and then I'm gonna just really quick. Here we go. Hold on one second. Gotta figure out the best way to like. Oh no. What's the best way to do this? I'm gonna just do it like this. Hold on.
You can take us down, maybe.
We're just going to do it like this. Not super professional, but...
Hey.
All right.
You got it done.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Oh, shit. All right, here we go. So this is Colt from Celtics Crossover Gaming. Here's the clip. Did it keep going? Or did it stop?
I hear it, yeah. I still hear it. He is right in his grill,
Dude.
too. 2 feet away.
I mean, I don't know.
This is awesome.
So there's also this. So that I don't. There's also this one. This is the other
Okay.
one.
Same guy. This is awesome. Who's this player? He's my favorite player.
His name's Colt.
Colt. Colt. He's incredible.
Dude, one man electric factory. So, and he's eating it up, dude. He's definitely, Colt is definitely, he knows, he definitely like recognizes kind of the like, the absurdity, I guess, of that level of trash talk with, NBA 2K League and stuff like that. And, he's like leaning into it. He was just like, oh boy, I can't wait to read the comments on this one. But I mean, dude, you're playing pro 2K. There's also like this level of trash talk probably also happens online. And I don't know the origin. I don't know the origin of the clip. Like, I don't know if one of the players on like Heat Check Gaming or something was chirping at him the whole game or whatever. But my favorite part in the first clip was when he really started fucking screaming and everybody else got wicked quiet and then he just got louder. Like, I don't know how many people are watching this. I don't know if it's just the crew and the team or whatever, or if there's like, I don't know, a dozen or so, or maybe even, a couple dozen fans there. But it got dead quiet and he was just like, kept screaming on him. I love that. You stick to your guns and you double and triple down until they get the point. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I completely agree. And like you said, I think the other team started it because he says, keep talking. Like, obviously they were talking shit. Colt shut him up and is screaming and saying like, you're 2-5, you're 2-5, keep talking. And it reminds me of old school, like Call of Duty or Gears of War trash talk on the side stations, just right in front of your face. And he wasn't saying anything like vulgar or too far or something. Like he was loud, and it's so cool because they're playing side by side, not even across from each other. He can touch him. He can lift his arm out and touch the guy, and he's screaming in his face in like a franchised, legit esport. It's sick, and the official account tweeted that out too. The NBA 2K League tweeted that out.
I feel
this
like
is an electric factory.
I 100% agree. I think that's how you get asses and seats, and then that gets picked up by like Overtime and Bleacher Report and stuff like that. Like that goes viral, and then boom, there you go. Like, you have that many more asses and seats when you're watching the next couple games. And I think that at the same time, this is one of those things that like the CDL or whatever sweeps under the rug, and it's like somebody might catch it from their phone if they're recording it on LAN, but like the CDL account is never going to post anything like that. They're not going to post somebody getting up and like pointing at them or whatever. If anything, they're going to get a point reduction or get fined or fucking whatever. But I love it. I think that, I mean, if I'm Colt and I see that goes viral, I'm screaming on everybody. Dude. Every time I hit a bucket, I am fucking howling into the mic. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. It reminds me almost of oh my god, this guy Adam Killisloss from Call of Duty. He was playing like one of the best teams of Black Ops 2, and he's screaming at the other team, and he's literally screaming, "I'm not even playing! I'm not even!" And he's just screaming the whole time, and they keep winning and winning and winning. And I hope we get something like that where it's like they're on offense, he's not even moving, he's just screaming at the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I also love that this was the Celtics. I noticed this clip. The clip came to my attention because there was a lot of criticism of like Jason Tatum not talking enough trash or like being as like verbally like challenging. Like Anthony Edwards on the Timberwolves, he's like got all these viral podium moments and like quotables and stuff. And Tatum is more of like a let me prove it with my game type of guy. And people were like, and somebody had retweeted it and it was like, this is how people wanted Jason Tatum to scream at Lisa Salters on the fucking, on the court after the game. You know what I mean? Like that's like, but at the same time, I think not only is it funny, but it's absolutely electrifying. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at when I watch NBA 2K, but I am 100% going to have to catch the next 2K league with Celtics Gaming because I need more of that. And I don't even know where I don't know where they record that, but they sell tickets. They sell tickets to the events. They have clearly they have the players on LAN. I mean, I don't see how you can even pretend like that's not entertainment.
No, absolutely. I completely agree. I believe the first seasons were in New York. I don't know if they still are. Maybe it was too expensive and they moved it out. But I mean, completely agree. It's electrifying. I think it was harmless banter too. You know what I mean? Like nothing was crossing the line. Like this is something that easily. I mean, he's yelling at a guy, getting in his head, saying like, "Hey, you're not playing good." We see it in professional athletes all the time. Gaming, was forged in it years and years and decades ago.
Yeah.
But this is awesome, harmless banter, which elevates the game, elevates the watchability and the marketing. And it's fucking sick. And next Celtics game, I'm gonna have to watch as well with you.
100%.
Maybe we can be 2-time world champs here.
Maybe. And it's tough. Like one thing that's kind of odd with the 2K League is that, like their standings and stuff are not really super. It's not really super clear like how everybody's doing. Like they have what looks like some sort of in-season tournament. I don't know if it's like the equivalent of like a major or something like that. And it looks like Celtics Gaming is not in it. So I don't know if like they didn't qualify for it or because it's only like 8 teams. So I don't know if they got eliminated or if they didn't qualify or what, but it's kind of tough to tell.
It says right here. So June 18th, round 1 and 2 was remote. June 22nd, the semifinals are in DC.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I see what's going on. All right. Interesting. And then, yeah, I mean, okay, I see that. Yeah, only 2 spots left in the 5v5 playoffs. So it looks like, I see. Okay. So maybe they have there's 2 spots left in the 5v5 playoffs. So like so like I don't understand this bracket. This bracket is designed in a very strange way. I don't know. I don't know if there's 2 teams that have left to qualify or what, but it would be cool if there was just because it says bracket play, but like this doesn't really give me anything. So if you're watching this 2K League staff, can you please help us understand what is happening? Because it looks like okay, so this is 5v5 tip off, 5v5 turn. 5v5 ticket.
A lot of 5v5s happening.
And then because I think there's a 3v3 division too.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And then there's 5v5 playoffs, which is not yet. Maybe this is like a play-in tournament. This ticket thing, it's unclear. But it looks like the Celtics Gaming were 3rd in their division for group play.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is insanely hard to understand.
Maybe next week we're gonna get someone on from the 2K League.
Yeah, we do. So if you're watching this, Colt, jump on the podcast. I would love for you to explain the way the 2K League works because I want to get into it and I just don't know where to start. And it's not your fault, but it's just that the website isn't that great. Okay, so this is just my guess, is that the turn and the ticket are 2 majors.
Okay.
Are the 2 majors. There's the tip-off. Okay, so the tip-off, the ticket, and the turn are the 3 majors, and then there's the playoffs. That is my... Because they have... Okay, so if you go to 5v5 ticket, or 5v5 turn, you can see the overall standings and then the group play. And it looks like the Celtics won their group in the last one on the turn. And then in bracket play, it looks like they made it to the finals and then were eliminated by Golden State.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Okay. You
But
gotta
that
I
tournament
gotta
was
tease
June
this out.
12th to the 15th. Yeah.
Okay, so that was just now. That must have been what we just saw. So maybe. Yes, because now it looks like the Celtics beat Miami, which is what they did, 2-0. And then Celtics go up and then they won. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm here. I see what's going on. And then so the next one is the ticket. And
Tickets going on right now, yeah.
And it looks like people are still in like group play to get into that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Boom, we got it. So the Celtics haven't won a major yet in the 2K League, but the playoffs haven't even started. So we're there. So we could have a chance to go get them on the duck boats. They can get them on the duck boats tomorrow.
Hey, we got a second place right now, so we're in there. We're fighting.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so that's that. We what else do we got? Dune. Want to talk about some Dune? Mm-hmm. Tell us all about it.
Dune Awakening. We mentioned it a little bit ago, maybe a couple months ago, right after Dune 2 released. About a week or two later, just out of the blue, this Dune Awakening MMO game comes to X and shows gameplay, basically allowing you to completely customize and make your own character in the Dune universe.
Yep.
And in this alternate Dune universe, this is if Paul Atreides, this is, I believe, before Paul Atreides' time, but if Paul Atreides never happened as well. So it's a little bit alternate reality, alternate universe. And they had a big live stream today talking about kind of like what's coming down the line. They showed a little bit of cinematics. They showed some character customization, which basically you can change every freckle or hair in your ass, which is so cool in MMO games. So you can just make your character super customizable. That's one thing with Destiny, which it's like, I wish they would give us more options. You get like three classes. I think there's only a couple races, and like you can't really change a whole lot of stuff. This, you can age it by the month basically. And towards the end, they even showed what's coming down for some closed beta access and stuff like that. You can sign up right now on their website. But super cool. I've seen only the movies of Dune. Very intrigued by everything. It's a super cool concept. And it's got my girl Rebecca Ferguson in it, so got to be a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Dom, what'd you think? What'd you think of the Dune?
You know, I think also really quick, just because I didn't know what this was in the first place, but Ducks Infinitos in the 2K League is the Mexico City team.
That's sick.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
So that's pretty cool. And then let me see here. And then the 2K League Gen G Tigers represent the Shanghai. They're based in Shanghai. So they're kind of representing. That's cool that the 2K League has representation from like the Mexico basketball leagues and also the Chinese leagues. That's pretty fucking awesome. So and extra cool that they have affiliation with like Gen G and stuff like that. So, but yeah, for Dune. So I've read the full novel, the first novel. I have not seen either of the Denis Villeneuve films. However, I really like that they are completely embracing like the visual identity of the movies that just came out, and they are acknowledging kind of the broader canon of the Dune anthology. And like we brought in Denis Villeneuve and his team, and we brought in the Herbert family and got their sign off on all these notes. So like the trailer picks up with actually let's watch the trailer while we're watching stuff. The trailer picks up with Paul Atreides, and you know, if you know anything about Dune, you know that this whole thing is really rooted in Paul's visions and how he can see all these different realities and like futures and stuff and timelines and stuff like that. And this is this trailer gives you a lot of context as to like how the world is set up. So let's watch that trailer. Give me just 1 second. Let me pull this up. But yeah, what I do know is that, you know, like, I don't know everything there is to know about Dune. I will never claim to, but the game itself looks incredibly faithful, not only to the source material, but also to the movies, which is a far cry away from another extremely popular film franchise, which we'll get into in a few minutes. But Miller is barking because he's really excited to watch the Dune Awakening trailer. So here we go.
The only peace I find is a future that never happened.
Just
One where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way. A path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated. No Muad'Dib. No Lisan al-Gaib. No Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
Pretty fucking cool.
pretty cool. Pretty good cinematic right there.
So very interesting. The whole thing is, Paul has this prophecy, and it's the MMO, where it leads to you as the player character. And I like that it says, that it still kind of targets an individual. It says, it leads to you. And my understanding from the character creation is that you can pick, your origin and your mentors. And, like you said, you can customize everything down to the freckles on your ass. And it looks phenomenal. Funcom also did Conan Exiles, which I have never played, but I know that still has a really loyal following, and I still have some buddies that play it religiously. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think that, it's going to treat the source material with a lot of care and reverence, but also it gives itself just enough of a gap where the player can feel important because, at the end of the day, in the movies and in the first book anyway, it's all about Paul. It's all about the Atreides kids, and it's all about there's really no room for another singular hero, let alone hundreds of thousands of them. So this actually, you kind of have to do away with him. You kind of have to do like a what if scenario, which I think is really cool. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it was so interesting how in the cinematic we are brought fully to present post Dune 2. You know what I mean? Like we're fully brought up. Everything they mentioned there is happening in like Dune 1, Dune 2. And I don't know if it's in the book, and Dune 2's been out a minute, but there's a flash, kind of like a flash future back where we see Anya Taylor-Joy is in the show for like a second and a half. And it's the belief that she is Paul's sister. And I don't know if it was like lost early on or what, but it kind of like goes on that alternate reality in a sense. And it's almost like, I think they just mentioned Paul's sister in the cinematic, you know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of cool that even that tiny little bit in the movies there,
Yeah.
We see the doctor's betrayal and stuff, which we saw in Dune 1. So it's very cool that it's all connected in this universe in the game.
Yeah.
And it's sick. It's gonna have multiplayer capabilities and stuff, which is gonna be awesome. I think it's just playing games with your friends is the best. Like even when we play Destiny, it's the most fun I have playing Destiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think this game looks super awesome. They have a big franchise. And like you said, they went through the proper channels to get it all signed off by the families, by everyone involved in the Doom movies is kind of on board with this game too. So I don't know. The cinematic looks really cool.
Yeah.
Dune tells a crazy good story. Sci-fi and fantasy action is all the rage right now, and it's kind of crazy that Dune might come in and just take all the MMO fans
man.
right now.
Yeah, man.
Game looks sick.
Yeah.
Game looks really cool. Very early on, obviously, but a lot of hype building around this, and it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, and I think I can't help but think that it is doing all these things, and again, like freeing up the parts that Paul and his sister and his kids played in the Dune universe allows them to use famous parties and tribes and governing bodies and enemies and whatever, and kind of just they're all still on the chessboard. And so you the player dive into a relative unknown, like you're in this big literal sandbox, no pun intended, you can go, oh shit, like that's what they're doing with the Sardaukar, or oh man, there is like one last Fremen, and like we're gonna meet them and whatever, help them rebuild it. Like I don't know, like I'm sure that's DLC coming down the line where you help because and lets everybody tell their own story without it being like, yeah, you're cool, but at the end of the day, Paul is the main character, and like your abilities just pale in comparison to his. So I like what they're doing. Obviously, Paul is like, for a lack of better words, extremely OP. He can do everything. He knows everything, and that's just like an insane amount of characteristics to have. And then it's like, what am I going to do? Just be like some fucking guy with a loincloth in the middle of a desert? Like, no, like, that's not, But anyway, it's crazy because like Dune is at the peak of its popularity right now. Dune 2, again, I still haven't seen the films, but Dune 2 is probably one of, if not the most critically acclaimed sci-fi action movie since God knows when, probably since the original Star Wars movies. People are saying it's like a beginning of a new era for sci-fi films. The source material has never been more popular. The brand itself has never been more popular, and they're not rejecting or like, I don't know how to pronounce this word appropriately, but like they're not eschewing the source material. They're embracing it, and they're saying, yeah, this is technically based on all of the written works, but it's going to use the same visual identity as the movies, so you know what you're playing. And like things are going to look on screen the way they do in the video game, and vice versa. And that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's cool to see them just working in tandem together. You know, because somehow when it goes to the screen, comes to the game, or like we see, developers working together, studios working together, and there's a lot of head bashing, and like it's rare and very refreshing to see that this is kind of like a collective effort to bring this to so many more people's homes in a game.
Yeah, totally. And this just brings me to my next point, which is, why the fuck couldn't Marvel have done this? Why couldn't this have been Marvel's Avengers, dude? Did you ever play Marvel's Avengers?
I did not, but I know Marvel has quite a lot of source material to choose from.
Decades of source material. And Marvel's Avengers came out about a year and a half after Endgame. So basically at the very end of a 10-year saga. And again, I know making games takes a long time. And you would imagine that like Dune Awakening has probably been in development since the first Dune movie came out, probably, right? So, but instead of waiting 10 years to make a video game, Marvel's Avengers came out at the very end, a year and a half after the biggest cinematic event of our lifetime. The biggest like appointment, movie theater, ass in seat, you need to watch this in the theater of all time in our lifetime. And you were just saying that like movie theaters are shared collective experiences, and like that is the biggest shared experience. I mean, you could probably look at a million movies and look up on YouTube, like crowd reaction to whatever. And Endgame probably has the most moments that were like built to be experienced by, 50 people at the same time.
Absolutely.
And then Marvel's Avengers comes out a year and a half later, after the dust has settled, after people have already kind of like moved on to other things. Marvel has started releasing other projects that are not nearly as good and not even in the same stratosphere as Endgame. And then, the game stinks. It's just got like these live service components tacked on. It had an absolute AAA list of voice actors. The story itself was actually really good. I played all the single-player content, and I thought it was great. I actually thought the single-player stuff was really good. It was super high budget. Like, the cutscenes were amazing. The gameplay was whatever, but, like, you have unlimited material to work with, and they released it at the shittiest possible time. So even if the live service aspects of the game weren't so bad, if you had released that, let's say when Age of Ultron came out, or like somewhere in between the Avengers hype.
Honestly, they could have did it right after Infinity War, because everyone's going to come back for everyone has to.
Right.
Everyone has to. The story's not over.
Right.
Unless you're a Thanos fan, then it's over.
Exactly. Unless you think, I don't know, like what Dune is doing now is releasing it during Avengers 1. When you're getting to know these characters, you're getting to know this world. This is the first in I think there's 6 original Frank Herbert books, and then there's 20 other ones that his kids have wrote. And they're releasing this at the ending of the first fucking book. There is so much more ground to cover. Marvel had squeezed every drop out of the original cast of the Avengers and the Infinity Saga, and then released a game that was basically made fun of until they stopped supporting it.
Now, do you think that they intentionally released this after Endgame to bring the fans back? You know what I mean? Like, do you think that's to recoup the fans, or do you think they just messed up?
No, I mean, I think that this was just a horrible mismanagement. Because, I mean, they announced it. I got to look up when they announced it. But, they announced it before Infinity War, I think. Marvel's Avengers game. Because there was I remember, there was an E3 teaser that, showed a bunch of superhero stuff, in the rubble, and everybody was like, oh, shit, it's Square Enix. And, but nobody knew, what it was. They didn't really have, an idea of, what the game was really going to be. Let me see. It was released on September 4th, 2020. Let me see. Marvel's Avengers reveal. 2019 was the first official trailer, but the tease was a year before that, so it was 2018. I remember there was a big tease, and then there was the official reveal trailer showed all the characters, and people started clowning their appearances and stuff like that, and it was just man, if this came out at the apex of Marvel fandom, and then you can start releasing DLC costumes for Infinity War and for Endgame, and we're going to add this character, we're going to add that character. They fucking added Spider-Man 2 years after the game came out. It took them 2
Spider-Man?
years, and it was a fucking PS5 exclusive, or PS4 exclusive.
Marvel's Avengers was?
Yeah, Spider-Man wasn't in it until
oh my God.
2 years later. Or a year and a half later.
Because... yeah, I was maybe it's the console thing because it's owned by Sony, yada yada yada. But
they announced
PlayStation
before launch. They said, "Guess what, guys? If you buy this on PlayStation, you're gonna get Spider-Man. Xbox fans, kick rocks." But they added Black Panther as a DLC character, and he was sick. And yeah, I mean, it's just the biggest bag fumble in gaming history. When you think about the reception to Dune Awakening, it is doing everything that Marvel's Avengers should have done, and it's just so disappointing that what could have been.
Yeah.
And now we have Spider-Man, we have the Wolverine game coming, we've got the X-Men, there's an X-Men game coming, right? Or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
There's a bunch of other Marvel projects that are in the works, and it's like, okay, cool, great, fine. But, man,
that sucks.
if you could go back in time and just, go find an executive in the Square Enix boardroom and just shake them.
Release it now.
Yeah, I know.
Release it now. Damn. Well, that stinks, but for Dune fans, still very exciting. And like you said a little bit ago, I think so. Why I tried to watch Dune 1, couldn't get through it, multiple attempts, kind of like Game of Thrones episode 1. You know what I mean? Like just so many scenes, so much jam packed. It was kind of hard to understand. When I rewatched it, I kind of went the other way, and I was like, this needs to be longer. Like this should have been 4 hours because I need more. I want more material. I want more background. I want to know everything. And in this game, there's no time limit. You can learn about the other families. You can learn the whole Harkonnage history. You know what I mean? You can have all this and missions and backstories and stuff to learn the actual world for those that didn't read the book like me. You know what I mean? So I think it's super cool, very exciting. And, you can you get to change history in a sense, by playing through it as well. So this is cool. I know with the current trilogy right now, there's only gonna be one more movie, but like you said, there's so many books, like we're going to see shows, we're going to see maybe another trilogy down the line and stuff. So like Dune is not even close to, like you said, towards the end right now. And
it's just
super exciting.
It's just the beginning. And now when when the next couple movies come out, I think Dune Messiah is the next one, and then Children of Dune is after that. And I don't know how they're going to handle that. I don't know if it's going to be 2 movies for every book or even longer. I think Dune is the longest of the original 3 or 4 books. The next one down is literally half the length. But I can only assume that they're going to keep it going. And now you can say, hey, what if Paul didn't exist in this book? What would happen next? We're going to have these DLCs that introduce these additional characters and these additional factions and this additional galactic context that you get to play in. And it's like, hey, did you like that shit in the movie that you just saw? Fuck yeah, you did. Go play 60 more hours of Dune Awakening because the new DLC just came out and you're going to be able to go to that planet. I don't know. It's just
That's awesome.
It just seems like such a no-brainer, and it makes me so mad that Marvel fucked it up so bad because I think underneath all the worms and shit from Marvel's Avengers, there was some really good cinematic moments, some genuinely interesting single-player material, and then they just put a bunch of fucking microtransaction-laden slop on top of it, and it just will never make sense to me. But I'll get off my soapbox now.
Nope, you're good.
What else you want to
Keep
talk
preaching.
about? We got 10 minutes here.
Keep preaching. I just want to mention, so we have Destiny. Bungie officially is removing surges from raids and dungeons. So kind of split the community. A lot of people are pumped because they're like, hey, now I can just use the one class I want to use, the overpowered class I want to use, and just spam solar grenades, etc., do whatever, and I don't have to change them depending on the modifiers and stuff. A lot of people are coming out and being like, oh yeah, God forbid Bungie makes the game actually challenging and you can change it up and stuff. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really care for the surge anyway, and I was playing with whatever I want anyway, so I don't. It's whatever.
I totally agree. I mean, I'm not a guy that min-maxes numbers, and I'm sure some people feel some type of way about it. I was just like, huh, is that what that was? All right. It used to matter when you had to do it for the certain rewards. It would say use 3 or do 3 strikes, but matching the elemental surge or whatever. And it's just I didn't want to do that. I like using solar. I like using Blade Barrage and Golden Gun. I don't give a shit about Arc. And because then it was just oh, it's Arc week. Meh. And I guess I'm not gonna do those. So who cares? But yeah,
I agree.
I think they need to focus on making the Pathfinder system interesting before they start making any other big sweeping changes. That's just me.
Yep. Completely agree.
Let's listen to some voicemail, shall we?
Hell yeah.
617-701-7678, WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line. Give us a call and let Tiggy know happy birthday. Call number one. What do you got?
Hey boys, Coleman here. Got a little bit of a fun question for you this week. This Saturday I am going to have a marathon D&D session with my group. I think we're starting at 12, and we're just going to run probably till like 10 o'clock. We are going to be
Hell yeah.
going. We're at kind of like a crucial little point in the story, and our DM really wants us to be able to like power through this and like experience what he set up for us. But before we kick everything off, we're going to be grilling lunch. So we're all charged with bringing protein. I would just like you guys' input. You know, it's going to be like 93 degrees. Give me some ideas. What should I bring? What kind of beer should I bring? What should I bring to this for the protein? Spitball me some ideas, guys. I'm thinking some classic ballpark franks because those, you always got to throw down the hot dogs on the grill on a 93-degree day. But I'd just love to get your input, guys. Love you as always. Have a great week. Peace.
That is awesome, Tiggy. What are your perspective on the super hot day marathon D&D session grillables?
Yep. So first of all, I think you bring whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
So, if you're not a big hot dog guy, don't feel like you got to bring the ballpark franks. If you're not a big burger guy, don't feel like you got to bring 12 burgers. Because honestly, it's like a BYO, So you got to make sure you're covered regardless. And if someone else wants some, feel free. I think a big power move would be wings. I think chicken wings on the grill are fantastic. I know one person here is a grill master. And before he talks, I think that would be cool. Or I'm a big pork chop guy.
Ooh.
I think pork chops, they're super easy to cook, very quick. And I doubt anyone's thinking to bring pork chops, honestly. So, if you want to be unique, throw some chops on the grill and have a good old time.
I agree. I am very much in lockstep with you. Bring what you want, because there's probably nothing worse than like getting to a cookout or whatever, and you're like, man, I could really go for like a hot sausage, or I could they picked the weird cheese or something like that for the burgers, or or like worse yet, they have what you want, but like they don't have a condiment, or like they're like, oh shit, I forgot hot dog buns. Just use a hamburger bun or something like that. Like bring what you want to eat, because you're gonna cover your own bases, and then you bring a little extra or whatever. Don't just bring like 2 hot dogs. Like bring a whole pack for the gang, and but cover your base. Like think about what you want to eat, and I would say 2 things. I would say bring whatever protein you want, and then bring like chips or something like that. Like bring like a Lay's Original, maybe a Cape Cod if you want to get a little crazy. Bring a chip. You don't have to bring like a potato or something like that. If it's gonna be 93 out, I don't want a potato. I don't want like anything creamy, milky, thick, like nothing like that. Give me a nice something light. Like I don't even necessarily know if I want a burger. Like give me like a dog or a sausage, little peppers and onions, nice and fresh, nice and bright, on a nice little toasted roll. And it's like, it's light enough where you can have a couple of them, and it's substantial enough where you can get through it. And then don't be that guy who's bringing 15% IPAs to a 93-degree cookout, dude. Get a couple domestic lights, and if you're not like a Miller Coors or Bud Light guy, get like, you can get what are the night shift? I don't know if they have night shifts out there. Night shift is a local one, but night lights are really good. The new Friday beers, light lagers are great. They have
maybe some summer ones.
A couple summers. You could do like a Sam Summer. Even Sam Summers are like 7% now, which is crazy. Because I had like 4 of those the other day, and I was like, "What's happening?"
You were feeling good.
I was feeling summery, all right. You could do like even like a Corona. You could do a Corona, a Modelo. Like that's a nice little summer beer.
Leinenkugel's summer shandies are in now, baby. Come on.
There you go. Come on. I'm a big Modelo guy. I like 6 to 10 Modelos on a hot day. You know, I'm drinking those 2 at a time. Little lime wedge in there, right in the can. Cut my thumb off. You know, ready
Love
to go,
that.
dude. There's nothing better. There's nothing better. So I would say a domestic light, an import light if you like a Modelo or whatever. They don't have. I don't think they have Modelo lights, but get a Modelo or a domestic light. My choice would be probably a Modelo or a Miller Lite. Lay's original. And then I would say hot Italian sausage. Nice fluffy sub roll, peppers and onions. Put them in a little tinfoil boat. Get them nice and grilled up like you're at the ballpark. Boom, take me out to the motherfucking ball game. I'm ready to go. So,
Love that.
now I want that.
There's still time.
It just started pouring out too. I would love to just run to the store and go get those. I'll save it for the weekend. That's what I'll do this weekend. I'll throw some of those on the grill.
Yeah.
I'll pretend like I'm at Fenway. I'll charge my neighbors $18 for them.
So I was at a game. I think it was like a spring training game out here for Gerber. I went like 30 minutes into Phoenix. I'm walking out of the game, and there's a guy selling hot dogs. I'm like a tiny little stand, like a makeshift grill. He went up there, looked fantastic. I bought one. I think it was like $8. I'm like, hell yeah, brother, give me that. I took a bite. Behind me, 2 police officers. I walked 10 feet away, took a bite. I turned around. They're kicking him out.
They scooped the guy up, dude. Oh my god, they scooped him up.
I was the last one to get that hot dog. It was so good.
Wow, dude, the illegal glizzies, the forbidden glizzies. That's crazy.
Hit a little different, a little street dog.
Yeah, a little street dog, dude. They always hit different. But all right, there we go. Let's land the train. So nothing else from me. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Skydros, Q, Mako, Coleman. We appreciate you. Enjoy your long D&D session. Hope that may all your rolls be 20s and all your other rolls be nice and fresh and not stale, so that you can put some glizzies in there. Tiggy, what do you got?
Hell yeah. Just excited, 30 more years coming at you. A game actually coming out officially September 3rd. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions.
Wow. Officially?
Officially revealed 2 weeks ago, and super exciting. Maybe the hottest esport coming this fall. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. If anyone's ever played Harry Potter House Cup or whatever it was, I forget, at a World of Quidditch back in the day in like 2002 on the computer. We're finally back. The mechanics are better. It's going to be a great time.
All right.
So pumped.
All right. Let's fucking go, dude. I mean, listen, I wasn't floored with the demo. I thought it was okay. Yeah. I wasn't stoked about it, but I'm excited. I'm excited that it's actually happening. I completely forgot about it, but I'm back in. I'm ready to go. So, Juju, we were literally just about to kill the stream, but I appreciate you, and I hope that your vacation was great, and I hope that Japan is going to be amazing. And just sick. All of our love, smooches and kisses on foreheads. But we love you all. This has been episode 394 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Make sure that you subscribe. Go to patreon.com/wickedgoodgaming. Make sure that you go to twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe, rate, share, do all that good stuff. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week.